Greetings, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to another live. It's going to be a very short one. Just thought I'd stop by and just say hello to everybody and just share my little story. Bless up, bless up. Someone just liked the stream. Thank you very much. Hi, Clive. How are you doing? Happy Sunday. Hope you're enjoying your evening. Bless up. Blessings to you, Clive. Glad to know you're feeling well. Good evening, Lamar Golding. How are you? Bless up. So I have two guys right now. Maybe you guys need to be on this live, just to sort of secure yourselves, because boy, it's an ugly world out here. Well, the topic, I don't even know what to title this. I just wanted to share an experience that I had today. And just to come out here and say that, in the last few days, I have posted videos saying, when we're talking about building together as Black people, it's a uphill battle, a uphill climb. And sometimes I have been critical of other Black people in the past. I say, why aren't we building together? Why aren't we sticking together and working together? But the truth of the matter is, a lot of times people try to build together with each other. And the things that are happening in our communities is just disgusting, and it's heartbreaking and discouraging. Yes, thank you for joining this. Desil Joe, sorry if I don't have that right. I'm just going to call you Desi 10. Thank you for joining. I wanted to share an experience that I had today. And in my video that I uploaded, I don't know if you had a chance. Did you get to see it, Clive? The video that I just uploaded about my experience, dealing with one of my sisters. And I could choose to just put this person out there. I'm very upset, but I'm not doing it out of malice. I'm doing it just to say that sometimes when we have conversations, sometimes we have conversation with people and you sound a certain way, especially if you're a Black person who love your community, and then you start talking a certain way, people judge you and, you're flip-flopping, or you just don't care about your community and this kind of thing. But I was sharing in that video, Clive, about doing some business, already having some answers from other folks in other community about this business that I'm doing. And I was passing someone's lawn and saw this Black face, and she was doing the same business that I was trying to get into. And so I contacted her to see, her approach and to throw her some business. And when she called me at first, she was very pleasant, very nice. What I'm trying to say here is Black people, and I'm not saying in general, but I'm just saying on a whole, but generally, when you're trying to do business with your own people, they often are so disrespectful and so rude and so unprofessional. Bless up, Apple. So unprofessional that when you're dealing with your own people, if they're not disrespecting you, you have to be very careful to disrespect them. So this female, I reached out to her and said to her, listen, I'm trying to get into this situation, and I see you advertising, and even though I can't promise you my business now, but I'm wanting to support you. So maybe I can't give you all of my business, but maybe I can give you some of it. And I don't want to go into details, guys. Maybe I'll do it at another time. So even though I didn't need her, I was trying to make business for her. I'm trying to support her. And I met with this female, and she seemed nice. In fact, when we talk on the phone, she seemed very nice. But truthfully speaking, from the very beginning, she seemed kind of unprofessional. But I thought, unprofessional. But I thought, okay, well, don't judge somebody just from just meeting them one time. But it was hard to get a hold of this person. I think that's one of the biggest problems I'm having in Canada. The Black folks you're dealing with, when they do have business, tend to be very unprofessional. I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them are very unprofessional. And sometimes it drives you as a person who wants to build with your own community to go with other people, to maintain that level of professionalism and to maintain that trust, because sometimes we can't trust our own, unfortunately. So this female I'm talking about, spoke to her, but she was very shady, seemed really shady. Things were not adding up. Some numbers she was giving me didn't make any sense. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to 16 people. I'm gonna have to look that up when I'm done. Anyway, long and short, because you can watch that other video. I don't want to get into detail with that. I'll get my documents from her because these are important stuff that I didn't want to leave her with. And when I went to meet her, again, the video will tell you the details. She told my husband that he shouldn't bring me, that he should come by himself. So, you know, Jenny has the sixth sense, and I always go with my sixth sense. So I turned on my camera. And when I went, I'm going to show you what I saw. Again, I could choose to. I could choose to put her out there, but I still don't want to do that. She's still a sister at the end of the day. I just want to show you what I was dealing with. When I turned up, this is how the woman turns up. She wants my business, and this is how she turns up. Just a moment, let me get to the spot where I'm not showing her face and trying to secure some personal things. So I meet her in a parking lot. Let me pause this. Okay. If you can't hear it, tell me, okay? Yeah, I have all of that, Apple. Can I have my thing? Can I have my thing? Give me my things. Take it, baby. Did you all hear that before I go any further? It wasn't a pony shorts. It was a panty, Apple. It was a see-through lace negligee panty and top. This is what the businesswoman, I mean, this is not someone from the back of the wall. This is a business person. Okay, so set aside the fact that she told my husband not to bring me, but to come. I'm setting that aside. Because if a woman is looking for a man, I can't stop a woman from looking for a man. No, she's a black girl. That's what I'm trying to say, Apple. Sometimes when we are black people and we choose not to do business with our own people, and you hear all kinds of stuff, it's reasons like this. The woman turns up. I mean, she gave me the runaround for the last 2 days. And definitely when I started talking to her, she was just going off. And I was like, who is this person? I don't know this individual. She was just going off and just cursing and yelling. And my husband had to say, calm yourself. We're just trying to get our documents from you. Banking information, you know, T4s, income tax receipts, stuff that someone shouldn't have if you're not doing business with them. And I decided I didn't want to do business with this person. Okay, I'll show it again. And again, I blocked her face because I'm not trying to throw her under the bus, but I'm still trying to show that our level of professionalism is so, not everybody, okay? Not everyone. See, there's a number on her card that I don't want to show because I'm not really putting her out there, but I need to show someone this. It's disgusting. Okay, so I'm going to put it close and I hope you can hear her as well. Can I have my thing? Why are you videoing Can I have my thing? Why are you videoing me? Give it to me, please. No, but why are you videoing me? I mean, I will definitely give you her stuff, but why are you videoing me? Okay. What's the purpose of, just stand in line. What's the purpose of videoing me? Give me my things. Take it, baby. This is how she tells my husband not to bring me. Drive 45 minutes to conduct business with somebody who could potentially be a client, maybe not now, but down the road. In your panty, your Victoria's Secret panty and bra. Is that right? Is something wrong with me for seeing that as disgusting and disrespectful? And to top it off, telling my husband, oh, don't. That's what I was thinking. Like unstable, I was saying this, she just kind of gave off a vibe like someone who was having some mental health problems. She was definitely, so what she was doing is picking a fight with me. And I was trying to stay calm because I'm like, she has my documents. I'm not going to get in a fight with this lady because I wouldn't want her, you know, to photocopy my information or use it in a bad way, or let me just stay calm. let me stay calm. This is why I said in another video that women, so a lot of Black women and women in general, I'm not trying to single out Black women, but a lot of women are saying, I can't find a husband, I can't find a partner. And this is how they conduct themselves. You don't have the man because you're not showing yourself to be a woman of virtue. You're not showing any self-respect. Because if this is how you conduct business, you show up in your panty and your bra with your boobs sticking out and having the biggest attitude. And I'm thinking to myself, Clive, she's looking a man, that means you just want anybody? Because we went to see her and my husband did not exchange 2 words at that meeting. In fact, my husband kind of felt some kind of vibe about her, and he's usually very good with his instincts. And he was not feeling her but I was like, no, give her a chance. She says, don't videotape me. She don't want me to videotape because first of all, she told him not to bring me. I overheard her on the phone telling him, don't you come by yourself, don't bring her. So of course, I'm like, okay. He said, well, why doesn't she? Because I never exchanged 2 words with her when we met the first time. In fact, he felt like she kind of disrespected him the first time. So why doesn't she want you now? And she doesn't understand that we are a tag team. The only way we survive in this world that we live in is because we've been there to support each other. So we don't really play that around here. The moment you start saying, don't do something to one of us, our antenna goes up and we're ready to come see why you don't want us to have that thing. Point I'm making here, and like I said, I'm not staying very long. So first I was confused, then I moved to feeling disgusted. I felt pity. I was going through these emotions because I'm thinking, what is wrong with us as a people? Something is wrong. And the funny thing is, her emails are when we first started talking, she says, we're always building with other people and we're not building with each other. So she appreciated. She said the first time she saw me and my husband when my kids turn up, she loved to see that united front, to see us coming to conduct business, all of us, and that she wanted to work with us. But in the end, exactly. I guess, and just like that though, approach so easy. I mean, a girl should at least play hard to get. She saw him one time, and he was, like I said, aloof. He's kind of stood away from her, didn't really exchange 2 words. He asked her a question, and she didn't really answer him. I didn't even hear that he asked her the question. He didn't answer. She didn't answer. But the girl turns up in bra and panty to conduct business. If you ever hear the kind of business that we're supposed to be doing, that requires the utmost level of professionalism. Sorry if I'm getting tongue-tied. The level of professionalism that is required. And she would leave her home like that and then be giving me attitude. First of all, the way she was behaving, my antenna went up, as I said, because I'm like, why is this person switching up like that? And why is she telling my husband to come by himself? He's not feeling comfortable. How can you go to conduct business in that ham? And perhaps it looks better on the screen, but like I said, the front of it is lace and the underwear, it's not a shorts, it's a panty. Bet you this was not her first time conducting business. Of course it's not. It was not her first time. This is how a lot of these women set up men. That's why, guys, you have to be very careful. And this is how a lot of times women also put themselves out there as cheapness. And when men treat them as such, they get upset that they have no luck with men. Behave, Apple. No, she wasn't going to. She was taking him in the parking lot. She was taking him to the parking couch. Her panty and her underwear. So my instincts was right. Here's what I want to say to you guys that are listening here. Guys, trust your instincts. Something was saying to me, this female, she sounds nice. She talk a good game, but something about her is very unprofessional. Something about her doesn't seem right. She doesn't really answer text. And when you call her, I don't, something about her. And we could have gone and handed over thousands of dollars to this female. And then she probably would just, now I'm wondering if she was a scammer. I mean, the first time she had on her business suit, she looked quite professional. it's good for her business. It's good for her business, Clive. Do you mean her attire? Not when it's a couple. Maybe that's her side business. That didn't look right. Now, someone said to me, why are you hiding her face? She was so rude and so disrespectful. But it's not about putting her out there. It's just trying to say that when I say things, I don't always tell you exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not always giving examples, but I'm giving you example to say that when I'm talking about recent, based on the business I'm trying to do recently and going from different places to check out my options, I'm finding out that when I'm coming across Black folks, unfortunately, it's not looking very good. It's not looking very good. Yes, I think so. I think so. I think so. But listen, man, I trust my instincts. I listen to that voice. That small voice, I said it never lies, just to tell me to turn my camera on because I'm not a vlogger. A lot of times I catch things after the fact. I'm like, why didn't you videotape that? The only time I videotape is business. When I'm doing business and I realize there's a possibility for something to come back and bite me, I always try to get some proof because I've had so many experiences with problems with people that I always want to secure myself. But in general, I wouldn't think of doing that because I'm just picking up the paperwork from her. Who knows, Apple? But that's the worst person she's fantasizing about. Because we all want to make it seem like men and Jamaican men have nothing about them. But my husband, you're going to have to catch him with something. You're not going to catch him with crotch. It's not going to be the thing you catch him with. It's not that easy. Yeah. So how do we change this? I guess it's the same over here too. How do we change that situation? Do you continue to say, let's build? Now, Apple, yesterday you mentioned this man's name, and it's the first time I heard of him. I forget what his name is now, but he was a Rasta man, and he was talking about building with our community and all of that. And I saw 1.5 of his video, and I like what he's saying. It's really my thought process as well. But I'm saying, how do you stay committed to working with your own when you're coming across these kind of individuals who, in my opinion, are like the ones who used to help to catch their brother and sister and sell them into slavery? This is deep, and I'm not sure why this female acted this weird, because I didn't sign anything with her. It's not like I'm taking business with her. I was trying to do business with her. She was very unprofessional. And also she was telling me, she was giving me numbers. Let's just say I'm working with $30,000. She's telling me 50 and she's trying to trap me into some other thing. It didn't make any sense to me. Something was very fishy about the way, and I'm not going to any office to meet her. I'm meeting her in parking lot or coffee shops or things like that. It just didn't add up. And she tells me she's with this legitimate company. But at the end of the day, when it comes to exchanging money, you have to be so careful. And you can't say because someone looks like you, somebody's a Black person, that you can automatically trust this person. You understand? So again, I don't want to do business with anyone who I can't pick up the phone and call, or I can't text and reach the person and say, okay, I don't like this, or I want this to change, or whatever. She was not someone who I can reach. And sometimes when I call her, the talking in the background sound like children. Not that I have any problem with kids being at home. When you work from home, you want to have your kids at your, you want to be able to be there for your kids at the same time. But it was just way too unprofessional. Good evening, Anointed Royal Strong Maroon. Was just here sharing my story about meeting with a sister today to sort of finalize some business that I have with her. Not really finalize it, but to politically withdraw myself, politically correct way of withdrawing myself from that business because it didn't look right. Yeah. So Apple, or anyone who's seen that short clip there, and those of you who haven't seen it, when I'm done with the live, you can go back over it. But what do you think was happening? Because it's hard to say. I just know that it was very unprofessional that she would turn up that way. But why do you think she's telling my husband, oh, it's like he's saying, ditch her and come see me and my hot body? And truthfully speaking, I've been seeing a lot of this. A lot of I've had a lot of this experience with my own folks, and now I'm confused, to be honest with you. I'm confused in the sense that I'm saying, yeah, I want to give you business, but you don't want my business. You don't want my business. Anointed, we're just talking about an encounter I had with some Black female that I was doing business with, and deciding that I'm not going to do business with her anymore because she's very unprofessional, seemed to be a bit unstable, as someone mentioned. So I went to pick up my paperwork today, and she told my husband not to bring me to this meeting. And I went with my camera, and when I went with my camera, she was wearing negligee, panty, and bra. And of course, I didn't really expect to see that when I walked up to the car, but I'm glad my camera was on. And of course, she protested. She wanted me to turn it off. Of course, he, like I said, my husband, Desi, it's going to be very difficult for a female to just think that she can. This is a person who spent many, many years as a single man. And when I say single, some men say they're single, but they're still sleeping with somebody. This is somebody who spent many years before I met him. He's very controlled when it comes to that kind of thing. So if you're going to try to use front to try to lure him in, you're going to have to come very good. Not every man is frightened for people and they're all front. So he's not like that. And so if you're going to be trying to get his attention, that's the first thing you're going to do is set his alarm. But, the moment she says, don't come, you're insulting him. From the moment she tells him, don't bring me, his defense is already up. And I'm like that too. We've been through a lot together as a couple, a lot. And we only have each other. And so when you're coming to see the Stonewall front with us. We're going to tag team you. She's not my friend. I don't know the person. I just saw her anointed. I just saw her business card and wanted to throw her some business. Hi, John. I just wanted to throw her some business. And maybe if I couldn't do it now, at least for the future. I was trying to support a sister, and that's what she said. She wanted to work with us because she liked the fact that we look like the strong family unit, and she wanted that. She appreciated her text messages are here, all the wonderful things she said to us. And then all of a sudden she's trying to cut me out of the deal. I don't get it. Bless up. Welcome. What time is it now, John? What time is it in England? Maybe it was. Well, maybe it's from shock, to be honest with you. Wow. Like, are you that cheap though? Like some person, like I said, he was very aloof when we went because he has a sixth sense. He could pick up on things. So the first time we met, he was not feeling her. He was not feeling her because he said he asked her a question and she didn't answer. And I didn't really hear that, but there's no way he's going to make that up. And I was saying, why didn't you tell me that you asked her something? And it's like, he wasn't feeling her from the beginning. I don't know, because you see, it's hard to say what her intention was, because who's to say she wasn't trying to set him up because he didn't pay her no much mind the first time we met. So she wear this half naked clothes thinking that he was going to say something inappropriate to her so she can, I don't know, or she tried to get him in trouble. Or is it because he's not paying her any attention? Because some female are like that, even if they're not interested in you. How dare you see me with my hot body and my beautiful face and not pay attention to me? So because he probably not paid much attention the first time we met, this is her way of saying, well, you're going to see me today. Look at me, and don't bring your wife with you. I don't a WhatsApp group, John. Something I might do later on. Yeah, so she turns up business in her business suit. How do you conduct yourself that way? Guys, if you haven't seen the other video that I uploaded, it explains everything there. And I'm so disappointed. I'm very disappointed, guys. I'm actually sad because I've had a lot of bad experience. I still want to believe in my own people. And I think when these things happen to me from folks in my own community, I think it hits home. It really hurts me. And we complain and say other people are doing things to hurt us, and we're not, our lives are not better, and we cry foul, and we're so feeling so sorry for ourselves. This is why. Things are not better with us because we're not conducting ourselves and we're not supporting each other and we're not respecting each other. And I'm sorry to say this, but a lot of Black women are not very respectful of their sisters' partners. When I say sister, I mean the woman is married, and this whole thing about being side chick and so on. It's just women are not showing any self-respect, not valuing themselves enough to not sell themselves so cheaply. What does it do to me to know that a guy if I go down the road and a guy is flirting with me and showing interest in, what does that do to me to say, oh, this guy likes me? A man will flirt with anybody. If he's just looking for sex, sex is good from anybody. It's nothing special about you. You can't be serious on this, Apple, because she wasn't. You can have all the fun you want with this one because this is ridiculous. This is crazy. And then she says she's going to call the police and have us arrested because we videotape her without her permission. I didn't say a word to her before or after I've answered her text, just waiting for the cops to come to my house so I can show them the video, the whole thing, because I didn't show you guys all of it. And to show her text messages and to say that maybe I saved myself from additional problems. And I have a lot of people that I'm dealing with that are unscrupulous. So I'm glad that, I caught this one. And that my husband is able to go about his business today without having to worry about somebody charging him for sexual harassment or whatever, because I'm not sure what that was about. But if that was ever a setup, boy, I tell you, we walked into that room. But what surprised her, I'm always ready. I'm always armed, always armed. Believe me, the spirit said, turn your camera on. I'm like, why? But I always listen. And I turn on the camera and, because she said, don't bring me. He came out of the vehicle first, and then I come around the corner. As he's approaching the car, I come and we get to the car at the same time. And I turn, hello, bless up, Porno Hub. And I turn on my camera, and she was very shocked to see me in her lace-up Andean and things. Goody come out and things. So when they're jumping on that little young girl, Mackerel, and calling her names and this, a lot of these girls who are very professional, supposed to be professional, they're cheap and love to take other people's man. Well, you shouldn't be saying that to me if you're 13. I welcome you, but 13, don't worry about that. Looks is outside. It doesn't matter. Your character is more important. And why do you even have that name, Pornhub, for a 13-year-old if you're telling the truth? That change that name. It's not befitting of a 13-year-old. And trust me, sexy. What is sexy? Sexy is your mind, is your intellect, is your ability to stand up and kick ass out in this world. Sexy is not about your looks alone. Trust me. Because a lot of men are with women who some women would not consider sexy, but they have husbands that love them and adore them. I'm always ready, man. Somebody said earlier, Obia man, we're insulting the whole thing about Obia. No, I'm not going to stand up. See, if I stand up, see, in the past when I first started my YouTube channel, I used to wear my husband clothes, man clothes, big oversized clothes, big man looking things because I didn't want to be seen. I didn't want people to look at me, look at my body. I wanted people to hear what I was saying. I'm not going to stand up. Why? What I look like as I stand up has nothing to do with what I'm saying here today. In fact, maybe I might introduce you to that girl and you can ask her to stand up. Exactly. Exactly, man. I'm telling you, if I put this video on YouTube, on the internet, and on whatever, it would go viral because when I tell the story of how she told my husband not to bring me, businesswoman apparently, not to bring me, and showing up in her panty and her bra and threatening me to call the police. I wonder what she's going to tell the cops. I went there to get my documents. Yeah, I suspect, Clive, freedom, I like to give people freedom. It's my favorite word. Just let him or her be. I think it's a guy anyway. Some porno. Oh, I feel bad for you. You're probably very lonely and obsessed with your urges. There's help for that. Yeah. So been dealing with these issues, too much to name. And today was like, whoa. So I have to reevaluate this thing and say, whatever it is I'm going through, it's just this tornado storm, it's gonna pass. Some people are just evil, just put it down to bad encounter and move on. Absolutely. It's just one of those bad encounter. But the thing is, I feel so lucky. I feel so blessed. Even though I keep running into these really crazy people, I keep saying to myself at the end, how did you escape that? What a blessing. What a blessing that you come across these individuals and your intuition, your instincts. People, we're talking about instincts. Listen to your gut. It never lies. From the first time I spoke to that lady on the phone, I came off the phone and I said to my partner, listen, this lady, she sounds great, beautiful, wonderful. But something is telling you, it's one of those persons who speak a good game. And at the end of the day, there's nothing about them, nothing to back it up. Some people are just going to be themselves. They're tormented souls and anointed. They're just tormented. They're unhappy. And like I said, when you're miserable, it's like some bad spirit is attached to you. And the only way to free yourself from it is to find someone else to release it on. She was very loud. She was extreme. And she was loud on the phone to begin with. When I said to her, I can't meet you in an intersection. I have to meet you at an address. We need to know where we're going to meet. So she was starting to get loud on the phone. But when I walked up to the car and she saw me, oh my goodness, she was shocked. And I didn't even pretend to hide. I didn't hide the phone. I just did like this in front of her. So I wasn't trying to hide to videotape the whole thing. I wanted her to know that I was taping, but I didn't say anything. So she was asking me, why you videotaping me? But she was very, okay. Folks, on my thing, someone set this up for me. That's been telling me to do it for the longest while. I really don't know how this works too much, but it's I think it's called Super Chat. So if you want to donate anything to my channel, this is how you do, and I do the live. I've had it here for a while. I don't even know if I deleted it now. I had it for a while and just kind of left it, didn't really say anything. So if anyone ever wants to donate, go ahead. I have beard. I'm like a man, In my former world, in my last life, I think I was a man. So I do have beard. I grow beard. I have to get rid of it. If it turns you on porno, maybe you can go somewhere else because lots of men out there have beard and other women too. Yeah. Stunned, 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 stunned to see me turn up, and and all I've learned from this whole thing is that, bless up Thomas. Thank you for joining us. I know that's the next thing to this PayPal thing. I don't know how it works. My daughter said she'll do it for me. But truthfully speaking, a lot of my subscribers are saying, you're not getting anything from your videos, and I've enjoyed your videos and I want to contribute to your channel or whatever. And again, sometimes I don't really trust folks so much, and I'm unruly, as I said before. So sometimes I'm afraid to take contributions from folks, and then they feel like when I take it, then they can come and rule me because I'm very unruly. But like I said, I mentioned it here because it's set up and I didn't even realize it actually shows. I don't know if you can see it from your computer where the sign is, but someone did tell me that I can do the PayPal. So I'm going to have to ask someone to set it up for me as well. Hope you guys are having a beautiful evening. I'm not going to stay very long. I did a video and I promised I'd come and show the pic. And my intention is not necessarily to shame her, but it's to say that sometimes when I say things, these are the reason why I say it. When I say the whole idea of doing business with your own, sometimes it's not very profitable. Sometimes it's you want to work with your own community, you want to work with your own family and build with your own family. But we're a traumatized group of people, trauma, but we can't live on that excuse because there are Black folks who are doing very well. There are still Black people who are coming together and working together collectively and really seeing benefits from coming together. But you can't work with people who don't want to work with you. And you have to be careful of who you're choosing to get involved with, because this female seemed very nice to be on the up and up. she turned out to be a very scary person, to be honest with you. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. It's now 35 minutes. I didn't even think I was going to stay so long. Bless up yourself, Apple and Anointed Royal Strong Maroon. Thank you for joining me. And Pornhub, I need you to behave yourself when you come on here, because I know you can. Thomas, Desi, John, Evade. Thank you all for coming and joining me. And I always promise Ham, bless up yourself. I'm always saying I'm coming more often, but I'm very busy. My hands are tied. I have a lot of things that I'm doing right now that requires a lot of my attention. So it's like, I try to upload as often as I can for you just to keep in touch. Yeah, just to keep in touch with everybody. But yeah, fighting the course, stay in the battle. A lot of changes are coming soon. It's just the hurdle and just getting over this little step, between now and the end of summer. There's a lot of changes coming. But in the meantime, while you're making that transition, everything is so stressful. And bless up everybody, bless up yourself. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful evening.